The new channel. See the new. The new channel. See the new. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel, here to help you see the new you. My name is Lloyd Luna and this is the Season 5 premiere of The Big Picture. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's July 23. Kumusta po ang araw ninyo? Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, wherever you're watching from around the world, magandang gabi po mula sa Pilipinas. Miss Susan Tagle is watching along with Ma'am Telma and Rhea and my mom and my dad watching from Australia. Woo! Hello, Rochelle, watching from Pampanga. It's Thursday and coding po ako. Season 5 premiere ngayon pong gabing ito, sobrang special, kaya special din ang ating in-invite na guest. Yun nga lang, during the interview, baka mapa-order kayo. Season 5 premiere. So ito po ang kauna-unahang episode ngayong season na ito. Natapos ko na po yung 4. So that is 18 episodes times 4 seasons. So yun na po yung meron tayong episodes since we started on April 25. So tanda-tanda ko po yun. Bored na bored po ako nung gabing yun when I decided to just go on live streaming and see what's going to happen. And ever since, hindi na po ako nag-stop. If there's anything, I always believe that frustration can be a mother of transformation. You don't know, ladies and gentlemen, how my life has changed since the first live stream that I did back on April 25. Mula po sa isang maliit na parang biroan na live stream. Tayo po ngayon isang ganap ng channel, we call it PNC, officially registered sa Securities and Exchange Commission. And hindi lamang po 1, 2, o 3 shows meron tayo nagra-run as we speak. Parang 9 na po yata yun. Hello, Joy, watching from Quezon. And Jen is watching from, Jen, saan ka nga? Pampanga, no? Pampanga din. No? Good evening daw and magandang gabi rin sa TNC viewers. So alam ni Ma'am Susan yung journey ng The Big Picture because ever since April, si Ma'am Susan Tagle ay gabi-gabing nakatutok dito, hindi pumapalya, walang absent except na yung kanyang internet ay talyado. Okay, so maging masaya po tayo ngayong gabing ito. Excited ako na i-welcome yung guest natin later on in the program. Mga after 5 minutes pa ipapasok ko siya. Gusto ko lang po sabihin sa inyo na today's Thursday and as you know, aking pong column sa Manila Times ay lumalabas every Thursday. So kung hindi pa kayo nakakuha or nakapagbasa sa online sa Manila Times, punta po kayo sa manilatimes.net. Andun po yung aking article. And the title is How to be a Live Stream Professional in the Philippines. Meron po kami pinaglalaban dito po sa TNC. As early as now, we want to professionalize the live stream industry. We believe that live stream is the new broadcast. Ito po ang future ng broadcasting. So kung napansin po ninyo, napakarami nang nagla-live. But we want to professionalize it. And so along with my colleagues dito po sa TNC, gusto namin lagyan ng standard kung paano ginagawa ang live streaming at paano ka matatawag na isang professional or simply hobbyist bilang isang live stream enthusiast. Si Ma'am Susan De Jesus, ang ngoko ay nagnunood from Texas, Houston, Texas. Magandang umaga po ba dyan sa inyo? And Andy Maneklang is watching from Davao City. Maraming salamat po mga nakatutok ngayon. Sobrang saya ko po. If you're watching, please do share our live stream link or you can organize your own watch party para po mas maraming makapanood sa ating ngayong gabi dahil ngayon po ay season 5 premiere ng ating show. And again, maraming salamat sa lahat po ng mga patuloy na sumusuporta sa aking show, sa mga show sa TNC. Sobrang kami po ay nai-inspire every time na makikita namin yung live viewership namin tumataas. Every time na matatapos yung show, alam namin na meron kaming na-inspire. And we believe that this is what we need at this particular point in time in history because ngayon po sobrang, alam niyo, when talk about mainstream media, hindi ka masyadong gaganahan hindi ka masyadong ma-inspire kasi nakakatakot yung balita tapos maraming mga negative. So if there's anything, what we want to do here sa TNC is to produce more shows that will inspire you. Kasi hindi pa pwedeng tayo ay lagi na lang nakatulala at nakatunganga at lagi na lang malungkot at lagi na lang natatakot. I understand fear, frustration, disappointment, but I also understand that we need more inspiration, motivational shows like The Big Picture at iba pang mga shows sa TNC. So, call it our contribution to the world. Ito pa mga shows namin. Mamaya, introduce ko sa inyo kung hindi nyo pa po nakikilala yung ibang mga shows. Ipapakilala ko po sa inyo maya-maya. In the meantime, bago po tuwagin nating guest, tulad ng ating nakagawian, headlines from the Manila Times. Lockdown possible in Metro Manila. Woo! Duterte to unveil roadmap to recovery. DILG to recruit 50,000 contact tracers. Coronavirus spread keeps scientists. Helps stranded individuals, Bongo. Local economy can bounce back. Government posts 1.8 billion peso surplus in June. And COVID-19 worries flag. PH stops. Headlines presented to you by the Manila Times. For more news and information, please go to manilatimes.net or download their application at digitaledition.manilatimes.net. Oh, hello Sir Jesse Rebustillo, the host of HR Hotline, watching. Nasa stream po natin ngayon. Hello Sir Jesse. Ayan na, so ready na ba kayo? In-invite tong guest ay gwapo, no? Para kasi season premiere. So nag-invite tayo ng gwapo. And also hindi lang gwapo, eh, matatandaan nyo, meron tayo naging presidente na ang surname ay Magsaysay. Siya po yung tinatawag na People's President. So, binuksan niya po kasi yung Malacanang sa tao. Kapag sinabing president ng mga mamamayan, yan po ay Magsaysay. So, meron po siyang genes ng ating dating presidente. At dating senador. Attorney Sheila San Diego is napadaan po sa ating stream. Excited kami sa magiging law show ninyo ni Attorney Carlo dito sa TNC, ha? Okay, good. So, nakatikim na ba kayo ng ice cream? Nakakainis tong gabing ito. Pagkatapos mo mag-dinner, meron kang hahanapin. Ay, nako. Sige po. Ipapasok natin guest. Dahil excited na rin makuha ang kanyang wisdom, ang kanyang story ay aalamin din natin. Because as you know, lahat ng ating gabi dito sa The Big Picture is lagi namang inspirational. But in this particular case, iba yung story nito. At maganda na matanong kung anong wisdom niya dito sa pinagdadaanan nating crisis, ha? Sige, so ladies and gentlemen, my guest for tonight, Paco Magsaysay is the owner, president, CEO of Carmen's Best Ice Cream. Hello, sir. Maraming salamat sa pagpunta sa The Big Picture. Honored po kami.
Hi, Lloyd. Thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, po. Interesting times, right?
Yes. Like no other. 100 years ago. 100 years ago, the Spanish flu. Yeah.
It's interesting. First, gusto kong tanungin kung kumusta na po kayo ngayon.
Well, I think it's important that we take stock of the good and the bad, and we always have to try to our best to look at the good side of things. And the most important talaga is our health, the health of our staff, our people. And sa awa naman ng Diyos na maganda naman yung kalusugan ng mga tao namin. We try to minimize them going out and interacting with other people. So we do a lot of teleconferencing.
Mm-hmm. Oo, nakita nyo, ha? Tinanong ko si Sir Paco kung kumusta na siya. Pero ang sagot niya, okay naman yung mga tao namin. So, this is very clear na inuuna ng ganitong klase ng leader yung mga tao kaysa doon sa kanila. Kahit hindi masyadong okay yung leader, basta okay yung mga tao niya. Sir, yan ang tatak na Magsaysay.
Yeah. I think, we can always take care of ourselves. We have access to good healthcare and, good doctors. But sometimes it's our staff, our people who might not have the same access that we need to really look out for. And, they're part of the family. They're part of the team. And I think each one of them, each one of the people in our organization is so important and critical that, we need them all to be in tip-top shape.
Mm-hmm. So curious ako, first time you've heard about lockdown, enhanced community quarantine, March 12 and then March 15 yung implementation.
Yes.
What was the first thing that came into your mind?
Well, I think it was hard to imagine what was going to happen the succeeding weeks or months from the time that we heard about the lockdown. I think the first few weeks we were on a wait and see situation. We didn't know how contagious the COVID was, or how spread out it would be, and how much it would affect the economy and people in general. So the first few weeks talagang naghihintay lang kami kung ano nangyayari sa mga kliyente namin, mga customer namin. So, it was only after a few weeks or a couple of months that we were able to think of what our next move would be, or how we would pivot to the new norm.
Mhm.
And it's really important um, to keep sane and to keep yourself calm, because if you make a rash decision to decide to do something and do something really big,
Mhm.
it could be incredibly harmful for your organization. So we really took a wait and see attitude. We
Mhm.
were talking to each other, the people in the field, the people in the production, and we decided to take a new course of action, because our clients, which were the restaurants, coffee shops, hotels, resorts, and airlines, they all stopped
Mhm.
ordering from us. So
Wow.
parang yung segment ng market na yun para sa amin, yung mga kliyente namin, talagang they stopped ordering.
As in hard stop po yun, ano? As in hard stop,
It was a hard
meaning...
stop because the malls were closed, so restaurants were closed,
Mhm.
coffee shops were closed, airlines were not, they were not
Mhm.
flying their
Grounded, yeah.
normal flights. So ang
Mhm.
laking parang nakakagulat yung nangyari.
Mhm.
And syempre, the thought of closing the company, it really comes to mind.
Mhm.
But when you think of the people that have put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the organization, parang you want to fight for it. You want to just keep on
Mhm.
trying your best to see how we can, survive and just keep our
Mhm.
heads above the water.
How did you deal with the first few days? How did you deal with the emotional ride? Meron ka ba activities na ginawa? Like for example, my case, Netflix and keyboard. So tugtog tugtog
Okay.
and then Netflix.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to keep busy, to try to keep yourself occupied. So I started doing a lot of gardening. So gardening
Gardening.
in the house, yeah, growing vegetables, and I was also trying to figure out how we could reuse our plastic containers in the milk business.
Mm.
So I think the mindset of becoming, like having a recycling mindset, or repurposing products or used items. So if you see my garden, I use a lot of used plastic containers, whether it's detergent soap or pet food containers, or even our milk containers. We use it for gardening. So I think it's important that people have that kind of mindset, that they try to reuse items and just keep on throwing stuff out. And I just
Mm.
got this mindset in the last couple of months, because you really sit down and you start thinking of how you can start reusing things.
Mm.
And I think that's one of the, how you say, the outcome of the last few months, that I've been more recycle oriented, or reusing items and products.
Na parang hindi nung time na dating normal pa, parang hindi mo magagawa because we were so busy talaga, very mobile tayo, eh, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Mobility was there. Okay, and now that we know that you're good and may mga realizations na, walk us through again po, there's a quick history ng Carmen's Best.
Um, we actually incorporated in 2009 with the SEC, and the company we incorporated is called Carmen's Best Dairy Products, because we did not know we were going to make ice cream. But a few years prior to incorporating in 2009, my father and his group of friends put up a dairy farm in Bai, Laguna. So we worked with the NDA, the National Dairy Authority, to bring in 100 pregnant heifers, or 100 pregnant cows. And we started, the dairy farm in about 2000, late 2007, early 2008. I was so against the dairy farm that I didn't even go to the farm the first year of operation. I was like, I'm busy with
Reason
it. Yeah,
reason
so I
for...
was like, I'm a city boy. I don't like to go to the province. I'll just stay here in Makati, do my work. But after about a year, my father comes to my office and he says, "Paco, can you help us sell the milk?" So of course, when your father asks you that, syempre, you have to heed the call and help
It
out.
was a polite question. Can you help?
Yes, he was very nice naman about it, and he doesn't. One thing about my dad, he doesn't force me. He'll give me options, and then he'll tell me, if I want to do it or not. No. So in a way, I opened my eyes to something very new, and I was 43 years old at that time. No? So I think that made me realize that you have to be open to things. I mean, people are so hesitant to enter something so new or so different that it's important to be open to things and to see opportunities, to see new things, learn new things, and you have to have how do you say, parang an inquisitive nature of
Mm.
asking and wondering how things work and why things are done that way. And I think having that kind of mindset, it's easy to get into entrepreneurship, because
Yeah.
you'll be able to fill a gap or a void by
But
being very
were,
inquisitive. Yeah.
but was there fear when you started? Kasi bago eh. I mean, I understand being open, kaya lang kapag open ka, susceptible ka din. So,
Yeah.
did you
Well, I think
fear?
fear is always part of the equation, but if you minimize the, how do you say, the risk of failing or the risk of losing, if you're able to have direct access to your ingredients, if you're able to, know some clients that might be buying your product initially, then the fear of failure is lessened a little bit because you feel that you have enough to start with, you know. So, it was also good that it was a time in my life that parang I was in a lull, and
Mm.
maybe if I had started this in my 30s or even later in life, maybe, timing is also so important, eh? Because sometimes if your kids are still young and then you're spending a lot of time with them, it's hard to
Mm.
start a business because you have to spend so much time in your business. But when I started it, my kids were in their early teens, and parang they were busy with a lot of different activities. So I was able
Mm.
to, start working on the ice cream business,
Mm.
doing the
So,
ice cream.
yung focus nandun na sa business, hindi na divided yung
Yes,
attention.
yes,
Oh.
yes. And then when you get fully, really deeply involved with the business and really start running it, and you don't have the capital to hire people because you're a startup. You're still trying to make ends meet. So hiring people is not really in the horizon. So you're doing everything. You're doing delivery. You're doing production. You're doing sales. You're a one man team. I mean, I
You're
think you know
everything.
that when you start a business, you're doing everything. You're delivering. You're talking to clients, and so it's dapat parang ano rin eh, there's organized chaos, because you're busy the whole day, you're doing
Mm.
work on Saturdays and Sundays, and it's nonstop. It's like a marathon that doesn't end. It's like a marathon
Mm.
that just keeps on going. So I tell people that you have to understand the amount of time you have to put in starting a business, because I don't even recommend my kids to do this, because it's so time consuming, and it pulls you out of society, it pulls you out of your family, and yeah, it's a lot of sacrifice. I mean, people don't see that part of the entrepreneurial journey, but
Mm.
there's a lot of sacrifice and a lot of burning the midnight oil and doing a lot of work when people are still asleep.
Mm. Kasi sinasabi nila na parang when you are an entrepreneur, you own your time, parang meron kang freedom and this and that.
Yeah,
Kumbaga parang masyadong silang siguro sa later part, I mean latter part,
yeah, the
nandun yun.
latter part. Yeah.
The latter part siguro pa pwede na. Pero ngayon nga, latter part eh, tapos biglang nagkaroon ng ganitong crisis eh, di balik ka na naman
Yeah,
dun sa simula.
yeah. Well, maswerte naman kami na we have a good base of customers who really enjoy our quality, the quality that we serve them. And talagang swerte kami that we started when we did, because I can't imagine if we started like now, and nobody knows us, nobody knows the name, the brand
Mhm.
name, nobody knows, they don't have a history with the brand. Whereas now we've been in the market for 9.5 years. So
Mhm.
marami nang
Magka
napagdaanan
mag
yung
magte-10 years pala kayo supposed to be this year? Or
10
last year
years
yung
on 2011. 10
okay,
years. Kasi we started selling in February of 2011.
okay.
Yeah. So maganda naman yung outcome na people are still looking for our products, and
No,
yeah, so it's
I
okay.
think it's where I think yun yung confidence ng market eh when they know the name. 'di ba? Alam
Yes.
nila na okay yan, hindi yung sabi niyo nga that was the best time when it started.
Yes. Well, yun nga, nung unang binibenta ko, parang ano yung Carmen's Best? What's that? I mean, nobody knew what it was. So it was so difficult offering the product to different restaurants and coffee shops. It's like they didn't know. So I had to make as many people try our product as much as possible because I felt that our quality will speak for itself. So I was doing as much free taste tests as I could just to get people to try it.
Bakit ba
Because
hindi
I
ko
felt that
inabutan?
our quality was superior.
Bakit ba hindi ko inabutan yung free tasting mo at ako'y bumibili na?
You should have reached out to me. I mean, Facebook naman. I think you did reach out to me. You reached out to me and said, hey, how are you? So,
yun ang paborito kong part, free taste. Kahit nasa coffee shop ka.
yeah.
I'm going to pause for a very short commercial break and then tatanungin ka, was there ever a point in your entrepreneurial life when you almost said, enough na to, nakakapagod din, balik na lang ako somewhere or may gagawin lang ako iba? So, your answer when the big picture returns. Stay tuned, wala akong aalis, babasahin ko din yung mga comments.
Since I got my new place, I've enjoyed every single day here. Hotel-like amenities, attentive staff, resort-style living, all in a premium location. So life here is easy and convenient. That's why I invested in another unit. I can earn more, and they can enjoy the very same things I enjoy at home. What a life! So much more rewarding. So much more to life. SMDC.
We meet beauty every day. We meet power every day. But are you ready?
Ready? Ready.
Beauty is power.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture and the new channel. This is our Season 5 world premiere. So maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga tumutok. Sir Miguel Ramos, magiging guest ko ito next week, is watching along with Sir Armand Benco. Hello, sir. Looking forward to the money show. Aisa de la Cruz, the best. Yun ang sinabi niya. And then, sabi ni Ma'am Rosemary Martinez, just found out that our Ormo cable does not air your channel. Sayang daw, I was looking forward to watch Paco Magsaysay's interview. Ay, nasa Facebook po kami. Wala po kami sa cable or sa airwave dahil baka po hindi kami makakuha ng prangkisa. But anyway, nasa Facebook kami, ma'am. So, you can watch anytime kasi yung replay naman ito is makukuha nyo na right after na matapos itong live show. So maraming salamat, Sir Ed Baltasar, also watching, along with John Francis Abelgas. Lagi natin suki ito, gabi-gabi ito nanonood si Sir John. A-awardan ko na ito Loyalty Award. One of the big drivers of growth of Carmen's Best maybe was when PAL made them the in-flight ice cream. We used to walk to Camagong Street in Makati just to buy a pair. O Sir Paco, mamaya sagutin natin si Jan kung tama ang kanyang hinala. Si Nes Argame is also watching. Panoorin niyo po mamaya ang Marketplace. Si Nes po ay isa sa mga host kasama si Ange. Oo. Sila po ang TNC Marketplace. Alright, so bago ko ibalik ang aking butihing guest, please do support our other shows sa TNC. Of course, ako yung nightly date ninyo from Mondays to Fridays at 7. But HR Hotline is streaming Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays at 12 noon. Kung gusto niyo ng mga HR topics, nandyan po yan. Dedicated yan sa mga human resources leaders. iBusiness, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. po ito, Central Standard Time sa US, because they are streaming from Texas and Tennessee. The Fourth Project, Wednesdays and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Dubai time, and 11 p.m. dito po sa Philippine time. U-Turn, Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. The Home Buyer, kakatapos lang po kanina, Mondays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. The Puppet Stores with Juan Lu, Tuesdays and Fridays at 5. And TNC Marketplace, Thursdays, Fridays at 10 p.m. Now, ito po ay second episode na ng The Talk. Dalawang speakers, magagaling na speakers, nabibigyan lamang po ng 20 minutes para magsalita. Ito po yung program, The Talk. Mondays at 12 noon. And then, for launching on the 29th, after shift with Chino and Trisha, Wednesday, Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Ito po yung after shift. Well, basically, ang konsepto namin is ang buhay ng mga tao after ng shift nila. And on August 1, we are gonna introduce the TNC Town Hall. Twice every month, kami po ay lalabas sa stream para po alamin ang mga gusto ninyong shows at magbigay ng mga comments and suggestions kung meron kayong gustong ibigay sa aming mga ideas para ma-improve namin ang aming channel, including ang aming surprise guest na host po namin para ikwento sa inyo kung ano yung mga bloopers backstage na hindi po nakikita ng karamihan. So, yan po yung aming mga shows. Maraming salamat uli sa inyong support. Siyempre, kanina pa ba kami magpapasalamat? Okay, ibabalik ko na po aking guest. Sir Paco Magsaysay is the owner of Carmen's Best Ice Cream. Sir, napagod ka ba minsan at naisip mo na not worth na naituloy kung meron ka mang sobrang malaking pagsubok at the time?
I think every once in a while, yung sa sobrang pagod mo na, yung sobrang pagod na hindi ka na makatulog because you're so tired. You're so physically exhausted that you can't fall asleep. I mean, that's happened to me so many times. And, of course, it'll cross your mind. Am I doing the right thing? I mean, should I just stop this, But then when I think about it, I named it after my only daughter. And, that's I can't quit, Parang feeling ko it's so connected to me personally that I didn't have a plan B. There was no second option. We really had to make this thing go. And I was willing to do just about anything and everything to make this thing succeed, So, buti naman sa awa ng Diyos na maganda naman yung nangyari. There was slow growth, from the start. And then, unti-unti. So, parang it was really, kumbaga, malalim yung mga experiences ng customers namin with our product. So the bond is very tight. The bond is tight.
Ano yung year na pinaka parang nahirapan ka? Kung marirecall mo.
Actually, it was just a few years ago when I think when you go from small to medium, the business changes drastically. You know, I mean, you have bigger equipment, you have more people, you have more staff, you already have a loan from the bank. You know, so you can't just.
Anong year kayo, sir? Pwede mo sagutin, pwede hindi sagutin. Pero mga anong year kayo nag-start ng loan sa bank?
We started, I think the
Parang
loan was about 2015, 2016, 2016.
Okay. So, ilang taon po yun after nung founding?
Well, we started in 2011.
11,
So we started with 500,000 pesos. So
wow!
yeah, we started with 500,000, and you know, we slowly grew the business because as we had bigger or more volume, then we got bigger machines. You know, we did not buy the big machines initially. We really grew it slowly. Yun, so parang, you know, it was not super capital intensive initially. Parang, you know, as the volume started growing, that's when we started getting bigger machines, adding machines, and yeah, I mean, it's fun thinking back to that time, but it was also, no, it was, I think for me it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was really something else.
Wow, it's fun. Pero anong feeling ninyo nung unang mag-loan kayo?
Hindi ako matulog. Na-nervyos ako. Kasi, you know, I don't like having utang and stuff. And, you know, of course, you compute if kaya naman ng cash flow and so on. But, you know, I mean, when you hit the medium scale, it becomes a totally different ballgame. I mean, even making ice cream, it changes. You know, it's not like you're just making a few pints in your kitchen. You know, it's nothing like that anymore. You know, so you really have to adjust, and you have to adjust to the new volume, and even the logistics has to adjust. So there's so many things that adjust. Then you need more people.
Pati po ba yung business model nag-change na rin kapag ka mag-scale ka na?
Well, the business model didn't really change because we really set out to make you know, super premium ice cream, and up to now that's what we sell. That's what we give out to our clients, our customers. That's our differentiating factor is the quality that we have. Kasi if we lower our quality, we'll be too close to the mass market ice cream. And there's no way I can compete with them. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I can't compete with the Selectas and the Magnolias in their arena. But in my arena, which is super premium, no one can come close to me. So for me, I'm gonna stick to that.
Sinagad niya naman eh.
Sinagad namin.
Super premium.
Yeah, super premium. And you know, there has not been a Philippine ice cream manufacturer that has targeted the super premium market.
Napag-aralan niyo po ba or nasagot niyo po ba bakit gano'n na parang prior to Carmen's Best, parang everybody is just parang settling dun sa middle and below market?
Well, nakasanayan ng consumers sa Philippines, you know, a certain type of ice cream, and then imported ice cream was being brought here. You know, it was being shipped here. So you would see foreign brands in the freezers in the different grocery stores. But I felt that a locally made super premium ice cream had a segment that no one was occupying. And I felt that we could occupy that space, which is a super premium market. And so when we got into super premium, there was no company we could follow. I mean, there's no other company that really started a super premium level ice cream in the Philippines. I mean, when you say super premium, it's actually the smallest market of all the different markets, right? It's the AD market, and that's such a small market.
Hindi ba mas risky yun kapag nandun ka lang sa maliit? Or
it's risky.
Kasi parang,
it's risky, and it's also good. It's risky because if you're not able to satisfy that small crowd, then you're out. You don't have a product. You have nothing to sell.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more difficult for me to have gone against the Magnolias, the Selectas, and the Nestles because there's no way I could have competed with them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they have been in the market for so long. They're so established. They've got so much funds, marketing, and, you know, investment with the different grocery stores, you know. So they've been dealing with them for, what, decades, you know. So why will they give me space? Why will they talk to me? But I came in as a super premium ice cream, and I wasn't there to take the market of the, you know, the mass market players. So parang hinayaan lang ako. Kasi maliit lang naman ang kinukuha kong market. Super premium lang naman eh.
Hi daw, sabi ni Richie Kuna. Ito yung isa sa ice cream din to eh. Ito ba yung sinasabi niyong foreign?
Pure gelato. Yes.
Pure gelato.
Looking at the business model of Richie, and then of course I didn't want to compete with him also, and that was not a space I wanted to go to, which was putting up shops at that time, you know. Kasi, I mean, you know, the grass is always greener on the other side. So we were more wholesaler kami ng ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And when we put up the shop in Power Plant a few years ago, 3 years ago, I started thinking of doing a business model of having ice cream shops in different malls, no? Now, good thing na lang na hindi ko ginawa yun kasi
ay, oo nga, no?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, when you don't do something, sometimes it turns to be a stroke of good luck, you know.
But yeah, but how serious were you na maglalagay ka na sa mga mall prior to this pandemic? Nabuti nga is hindi
No,
natuloy.
I was going around already. I was talking to Ayala Malls, I was talking to Robinsons, and they were showing me different sites and so on. I mean, I was already looking at places, no? And but I think bandang mid to late 2019, I was going through some emotional issues, and my mind was a little bit magulo, which turned out to be a good thing too, because if everything was normal and good, I probably would have had 10 stores, and I probably had to close it by now, you know. Yeah, so it's sometimes.
Can you imagine yung stress nyo ngayon kung naitayo nyo yun?
Things happen for a reason, you know. So you just have to, you know, have strong faith that everything that happens is meant to happen, and you just go with it, you know. You don't fight it, you just kind of go with it. And yeah, I guess also it comes with age. When you get a little bit older, you kind of accept things more, you know. So yun, parang swerte rin kami na I was not 100% last year and I didn't open 10 or 12 shops all over Metro Manila. So yeah,
I can't imagine kung gaano kayo ka-stressed out ngayon kung nakakabukas nyo lang, di ba? And they're talking about, investment, di ba? Kapag kung binuksan nyo yun.
Well, not only investment. You get investment, then you have long-term leases, and then you have additional staff, di ba?
Wow.
And, you know, most of our staff are regular employees. So it would have been, my God, I can't even imagine how it would have been. You know, I mean, I'm just happy where we are, that, you know, we're surviving, and you know,
itanong natin kay sa Richie kung anong experience niya. Baka
yeah.
Baka kasi nung interview ko siya dito, yun nga, ganun nga talaga experience. Mahirap talaga.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
It's very tough. I'm going to pause for a short commercial, and then ang itatanong ko sa iyo bago tayo mag-break, sir, is na-consider nyo ba yung politics? Kung hindi nyo na-consider, bakit hindi? Or in fact, nasa DNA nyo naman yan. So, the big picture will return. Stay tuned. Diyan lamang po kayo. Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. This is our Season 5 world premiere, and I'm very blessed that I have with me the legendary. Legendary. Papayag kaya si Sir na legendary. Tanongin natin, sa legendary Paco Magsaysay.
Nothing
CEO of
legendary
Carmen.
about me. I'm an ordinary guy.
Ordinary guy. Okay, sige. So, hindi po.
Yeah.
So, bago masagutin yung tanong ko about, kasi nananalaytay, nauutal ako, nananalaytay sa dugo mo ang pagiging leader, particularly yung political leader, no? So, mamaya mo sasagutin kung bakit hindi or kung na-consider mo ano yung mga inisip mo nun. But, in the meantime, okay lang ba na maglaro tayo?
Sure.
Opo. Ano po ito? May konting calculus lang saka algebra.
I'm fine with it.
Hindi, wag na pala. Fine pala eh. Ano lang sir to? Big or small? So, I'm going to mention an item and then let me know kung ang preferred ninyo ay small or big.
Okay. It's the first time I'm doing this.
First time nyo po, so second guesting ninyo, second time na. Maglalaro ulit tayo ng ganito. Okay, first item. Milk tea.
Small.
Car.
Small.
House.
Small.
Family.
Small.
Banana.
Small.
Credit limit. Sa
Small.
credit card.
Small.
Nagdalawang isip.
Yeah, magdalawang isip, yeah.
Planet sa solar system.
Big.
Bed.
Small.
Wristwatch.
Small.
If heaven is true, except from your family members at saka sa akin bilang host, sino pang isasama niyo sa langit kung aakyat na kayo ngayon?
Ako lang.
you did not answer the question.
I'm sorry.
Wala kayo gusto isama. Sige na. Wala? Okay.
No.
Loner. You were a barber. Sinong gustong mong gupitang artista ngayong quarantine?
Wow. Paolo Contis.
Okay. You are a gym instructor. Sino ang political leader ang gusto mong i-train sa gym?
Vico Soto.
If you are an astronaut, sino gusto mong isama sa outer space?
It's too dangerous. I'll go alone.
Grabe talaga. Ang mamatay ng...
Walang mamamatay. Di okay naman.
Grabe talaga yung inuuna talaga yung kapakanan ng iba. Magsaysay talaga. Last question. You have all the money in the world. Which company are you going to buy?
I donate most of the money. I would donate most of the money.
So, hindi ka bibili ng company?
No.
I-donate
I'll
mo.
stick to what I have. Yeah.
Okay. So, dalawang question ang hindi mo nasagot.
Sorry.
But anyway, thank you so much, sir, for playing the game. Okay, back to my question.
Yeah.
Siyempre, Magsaysay yan. Senator and then president. Sumagi ba sa isip mo yung politics? If not, bakit hindi?
Well, you know, my lolo was president. My dad was a senator. And I make ice cream. So, and I think that's, for me, that's my legacy. You know, I mean, it did cross my mind. I think in 2013 when my father didn't win the election. He ran for senator in 2013 and he didn't win. I was really planning to run. In fact, I was in Washington, D.C. with then Senator T.G. Gingona and Tito Sergio Osmeña, and we took a political strategy course together. So I was really headed down that road. And then, you know, as I said, things happen in your life, right? And I had a health problem back in late 2013, 2014. So I think that made me wake up and realize that maybe politics is really not for me, and just continue doing the ice cream. So yeah, buti hindi ko pinigil yung ice cream kasi maraming malulungkot, di ba? So,
Hindi niya
tinuloy
pinili
ko yung ice
politics.
cream.
Yung tinuloy mo yung ice cream, hindi mo pinili yung politics.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
And it
wow.
turned out to be a good thing.
Ngayon, mas ano. Can you imagine kung kayo nasa pwesto ngayon, di ba? For example, nanalo kayo for whatever position, di ba?
I
Tapos
can't
ngayon,
imagine, no. That would have been
kumbaga,
tough. It would have been really tough.
ngayon nga sa organization, parang pressured ka na. What more
It's
yung
tough.
nandun sa
Yeah.
public.
Maraming pressures, and I think it would have been very difficult to act freely, like the way you would want. It would be very difficult,
Mhm.
So,
Sa ano po, sa next in line ninyo, next generation ninyo, may inclined into politics or wala din?
wala din, wala.
Wala pa din. Oo.
Yeah.
Sabi ni Miss Melanie Condes, thank you Sir Paco for giving us free Carmen's Best Ice Cream when we ate at the resto near Circa Hotel.
Okay, yeah.
SEARCA Hotel. Yummy ice cream daw indeed, kasing sarap ng BR.
I guess that's Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, BR. Social. Oh, ayan no. Natatandaan niya ba yan? Hindi niya
Yeah, well,
matandaan.
Cerca Hotel is in UP Los Baños. That's near our farm. So, we sell our ice cream in that hotel. And there are times I'll meet people and I say, "Oh, by the way, have you tried our ice cream?" Then I'll give up free ice cream, and so. Buti
Machachambahan ko din.
naalala pa niya.
Machachambahan ko din yung trial ice cream ninyo na yan. Kala niya ha. Sabihan niyo ako kung saan. Si Aubrey is watching. Sabi ni John, pistachio almond fudge.
Yes.
Oh, so alam niya yung ice cream talaga. I'd
And he
rather
likes
have...
Hokey Pokey too.
Oh, yeah. Kasi siguro mayaman to si John, no? Hindi ko afford to mga to, hindi ko kilala yung mga cookie. Ano yun?
Hokey
Cookie. Oo, may ganun isang tab daw. Alam mo yun. Anyway, sige. Good. So, sir, what are the shifts na nakita nyo ngayon sa business? Kasi, di ba, parang sinasabi nila na hindi na tayo makakabalik sa dati. So, practically the pandemic has changed the business landscape. The way entrepreneurs think na bago. Yung mga pinag-aralan sa MA, sa whether sa AIM or sa Ateneo, whatever business school na pinag-aralan, parang na-challenge. Itong pandemic is parang binagsak tayo, finlatin tayo lahat. Ano yung nakikita niyo yung shift? Ano yung mga changes? And how do you feel we can adapt dun sa mga changes na yun?
Well, I think people are buying goods and services and products, food, in a very different way. There's so many Viber groups and Facebook groups that are coming up, and people are buying vegetables and seafood and meat and whatever through these Viber groups, and they just buy it within their villages or subdivisions. In fact, in the next few months, we don't even know if there's going to be another hard lockdown, coming up, or how things are going to develop in the next few months, because there's still no vaccine. So I think there might be some more changes that will need to take place in the different businesses or how we do business. It's just trying to run your business as the best possible way, not being too personally attached to your business. So we recently had to close the first store we opened in the South. So we closed that shop about 2 weeks ago, and it was very painful, but we had to do it in order for the whole company to survive. So sometimes you'll have to do things to keep the company alive, or to keep the majority of the company or the staff intact. So it's just really adjusting. It's a constant. I think in business you're constantly adjusting. It just so happened that this COVID made us change so greatly and so suddenly that there are really a lot of businesses that are having a difficult time adjusting, and siguro mas malaking nakataya sa kanila, kaya talagang malaki rin ang mga losses rin nila, di ba? Dahil ang laki-laki na nakataya sa kanila. They have thousands of people or hundreds of people, in our case, we're nowhere near that. So we don't have so much at stake, but of course we want to keep our company running in the next few months and hopefully the next few years.
What was the
Did I answer your
strategy?
question?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. What was what was the first strategy? Kasi sabi mo, nagsarado yung mga sinusupply ninyo, tapos nandun na kayo sa upper triangle, if you can call it that. What was the strategy when they decided hard stop? Walang order and things like that.
Well, the first month of the lockdown, we stopped production. I mean, I didn't even ask my people to go to work. We continued their salary. They were not working. We were not selling so much. I think we just sold 10% of our normal. People were, trying to figure out what was happening, with this lockdown and all that. And when things started to open up a little bit, when, like some sectors of the different industries were allowed to go back to work, even, even 50% of your workforce. That's when we started, doing production like 2 times a week or 3 times a week. Parang we slowly got back to making ice cream based on the people buying. Kasi we don't just keep on making ice cream. We just make it when it's ordered. So we would work 2 days a week initially. Then it became 3 days a week. So now we're back at 4 days. Hopefully in the next couple of months we'll hit 5 days a week again, like we used to. But what we're up for now is we just want to survive. We don't want to close our company and let our people go. So we're trying our best to survive.
So kung sarado yung mga binabanggit natin, airlines, hotels na sinusupply ninyo, pa konti-konti na lang, was there an additional strategy that you put in place, like considering, I don't know, online delivery or getting to a portion of a market na hindi mo market dati?
So at that time you're just in the house, you're not doing anything, and my phone starts buzzing, all these Viber groups selling things, and that you had to pay things online. And at that time I didn't know how to do online banking pa. So I had to learn how to do online banking. Then I realized, wow, I got on online banking, and a lot of my other friends who did not know how to do online are doing online banking now. We're doing delivery of food, and so I realized, hey, maybe I should start working with community resellers. So we started looking for community resellers, people who are already selling through Viber and the different groups, no? So we would reach out to them, and ask them if they were interested to add, let's say, ice cream to their product list. And some of them were interested, and then of course some didn't want to sell ice cream kasi iba yung temperature niya. You have to have a freezer, no? So now we were able to get about an additional 50 new community resellers, because the selling now is very different, no? The selling now is Viber, the selling now is Facebook, and it's all e-commerce through Instagram, through your Facebook page. And I'm not that young, so I'm not very tech savvy, so it's more really my son who's helping me with that. And he's turning 27 later this year. So
is he hands-on?
Yun, eh.
Is he hands-on sa business? Talagang closely working with
he's
you?
helping me with the business. And kasi ako, I'm more traditional, like relationship sales ako. Like I'll sit down with you, I'll talk to you, and you can't do that anymore. You cannot go sit down with somebody and try to get the account of the restaurant or the coffee shop. Wala nang ganun, eh. Diba? It's all now online. Everything is through text and Viber and whatnot. And so even before, we were not looking to sell directly to the public, because I didn't want the groceries to think that we were competing with them. That we were going direct to their customers, no? So we really made it a point not to do e-commerce, not to sell directly to our customers. But when this thing happened, we really didn't have a choice but to really look for an e-commerce platform.
Is it a temporary thing, or something that you're considering na parang isasama mo na siya doon sa
no, this is going to be no. I think even, let's say me, I used to buy seafood in the grocery, but now I have a seafood supplier that gives me fantastic seafood. So even though the lockdown is, or things get better, there's a vaccine and what, I don't think I'll buy seafood in the grocery anymore, because I have this fantastic seafood supplier that I text and then I get it the next day and it's fresh. Or even fruits. I order fruits from this young guy who brings in vegetables from Baguio, and it's better than the vegetables I get in the grocery. Diba? So the buying habits of people have changed, So hopefully, even our ice cream can be bought and consumed the new way through our community resellers.
Wow.
Iba na.
Amazing. Ibang-iba na nga, no?
Yeah.
Pasensya ka na, sir. Mukhang napanood ka ng... Wala ka namang kalaban eh. Sabi mo, nandito ka eh. Kahit wala nga pa kalaban, kala ko meron kang kalaban. Sir,
I'm a small player. I'm a small player in the ice cream industry. Very small.
You are a small player, pero naman, yung pinapaglaruan mo naman, ikaw lang mag-isa. So,
Yes.
okay na yun. Kesa malalaki, tapos marami din malalaki din.
Banggaan. Yeah.
Sa lahat na nangyayari ngayon, ano yung big picture na nakikita ninyo?
Well, I think moving forward, and as I was saying earlier, there's still going to be some changes happening, and even up to the end of the year or even early next year. I think it's important to just be aware of the shifts or the changes that you'll need to make. I think if we were such a big company or a big organization, or to adjust. Whereas now, we're not such a big organization, and like making a decision about whether it's closing a shop or it's very easy, it's very fast. So I think times like what's happening now, you have to change, and you have to change fast, because if you change in a slow way, baka before you know it, it's too late. So I think we're still in that part of the business where we're not so bureaucratic, or we're pretty flexible and we adjust fast. So yeah, that's I think one of our advantages.
Mm-hmm. So kumbaga parang kung meron kang structure na sobrang stringent saka sobrang rigid, kailangan mo i-loosen, democratize,
Yes.
or some sort.
Yeah.
Nagutom daw po yung executive producer natin, si Apple. Ice cream is life. Sir, maraming salamat sa pagpunta dito sa The Big Picture. This is our season opening. So maraming salamat sa time mo.
Thank you for inviting me.
From you. Opo. So, meron ba kayong Facebook page na pupuntahan nila, or Viber na pwede nilang orderan kung mag-order na sila para ma-post natin dito?
We have a Facebook page, a fan page in Facebook under Carmen's Best Ice Cream. We also have an Instagram account under Carmen's Best. So you can just reach out to us there.
Ang bilis ko mag-type, sir.
Thank you.
Ang bilis ko mag-type. Ang galing ng social media team natin sa background. Nagtatanong pala ako, kumukuha na. Sir, maraming salamat sa time mo. Stay ka po muna sa backstage, ha? Pag magko-close din ako, tapos kwentuhan po kung may time pa kayo. Maraming salamat po.
Yes. Thank you.
Alright, Paco Magsaysay is CEO owner of Carmen's Best Ice Cream. Nagutom ba kayo? The Big Picture is presented to you by Puzzle Box BPO Inc., also sponsored by SMDC, Luluran, Unisol, Telepreneur, Step Back Creative Voices, and PAPS, along with PALP. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nanood tumutok sa ating pong season opening, season 5, world premiere of The Big Picture. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat, hanggang bukas. This is Lloyd Luna, your host on The Big Picture. Dito lamang po sa The New Channel. Good night.